The garden hums with quiet anticipation, and among all the plants I've grown, nothing catches my heart quite like a hydrangea on the cusp of bloom. Today is extraordinary because I get to share two brand new varieties that have yet to hit the market. These aren't just any plants, they're previews of beauty that will define next season, and their debut is a rare treat. I couldn't wait to get my hands on them, to study their shapes, colors, and the subtle nuances that set them apart from everything else in the garden. The first to steal my attention is the Spring Sizzle Panicle Hydrangea, a compact powerhouse that stands 4 to 5 feet tall and bursts into intense pink hues earlier than most of its kind. What's remarkable about this variety is its ability to bloom weeks ahead of other favorites like the quickfire fab. In warmer climates, where color sometimes struggles to fully develop, this plant promises a brilliance that defies the norm. Its deep red stems add a striking contrast, almost as if the plant were painted to perfection. Watching it, I couldn't help but imagine how this variety will transform any garden with its vibrancy and early blooms, offering a prolonged season of visual delight. Equally compelling is the white Macrofila from the Endless Summer series, called Dream Cloud. White hydrangeas of this type are unusual, making this discovery even more exciting. Despite challenges that macrophilas often face in colder climates, where late frosts can destroy buds, Dream Cloud shows promise as a reliable rebloomer. Its delicate, crisp flowers form in layers, some opening while others are just beginning to emerge, hinting at a prolonged blooming period that can carry a garden's elegance from midsummer well into fall. I could already see its potential to remain a constant, serene presence, a cloud of pristine white against the deep greens of the yard. These new hydrangeas are more than just plants, they're stories waiting to unfold. Each leaf, each petal, tells a story of careful breeding and meticulous selection. The Spring Sizzle, with its jam-like pink tones, could easily become the centerpiece of a sun-drenched corner, while Dream Cloud offers subtle sophistication, a calm contrast to brighter blooms surrounding it. Together, they present a spectrum of color and form, inviting gardeners to experiment and create compositions that capture both energy and tranquility in the same space. Planting these varieties is an act of both patience and intuition. In my yard, I've chosen spots that reflect each plant's personality. The Spring Sizzle occupies a sunny niche, ready to thrive and display its early bloom, while Dream Cloud finds a home in a spot where subtle light accentuates its white blossoms. I add cardboard and mulch not only to protect the soil but to give these young shrubs the quiet encouragement they need to establish strong roots. Every adjustment I make, every placement, is a careful decision aimed at ensuring they reach their full potential. Gardeners often worry about soil amendments, starter fertilizers, and root manipulation, but success doesn't always demand perfection. For these hydrangeas, careful observation outweighs rigid rules. The roots are inspected, the holes measured, and mulch added with gentle consideration, not suffocating the plants, but shielding them from weeds and temperature extremes. Watching the Spring Sizzle and Dream Cloud settle into the soil, I'm reminded that gardening is both art and science, a blend of instinct, knowledge, and patience. The anticipation of seeing these plants flourish is heightened by the story each brings. Spring Sizzle's early pink blooms promise a spectacle that outpaces even the quickfire fab, while Dream Cloud's steadfast white presence defies late frost and climate challenges. Together, they embody the triumph of resilience and beauty, traits that every gardener hopes to cultivate in their own backyard. Their arrival is not just a preview of new blooms, it's a lesson in timing, selection, and the power of thoughtful planting. In addition to these two stars, I've arranged complementary varieties to enhance their display. Berry white, with its dark red hues, and limelight prime, the upgraded limelight with earlier blooms and richer color, surround the newcomers to create a dynamic tableau. The inclusion of red lark delphiniums adds a coral brightness that punctuates the composition. Each plant interacts with its neighbors, and together they narrate a seasonal story that begins in early July and continues to shift and transform as summer progresses. Even small details, like the arrangement of pumpkins and seasonal flowers, contribute to the garden's narrative. Celosia and nesters interweave with the hydrangeas, their autumnal colors complementing the blooms, creating a landscape that feels curated yet alive with spontaneity. Gladiolas, popping up at intervals, add rhythm and movement, ensuring that every glance across the yard reveals something new, a fleeting moment of beauty caught in motion. The care in this garden extends beyond planting. It's about observing growth and adapting to conditions. Mulch is applied judiciously to preserve moisture and warmth while allowing stems to breathe. Soil amendments are introduced as needed, rather than all at once, creating an environment where each plant finds its own pace of development. This approach balances efficiency with attentiveness, ensuring that the garden grows as a living, evolving entity rather than a static display. Every gardener knows the satisfaction of witnessing a trial variety thrive. By planting Spring Sizzle and Dream Cloud ahead of their official release, I've created a living experiment, a preview of horticultural innovation in action. These hydrangeas represent more than aesthetics. They embody progress, the relentless pursuit of new colors, forms, and resilience. Seeing their first blooms emerge is not just a visual delight, it's a confirmation that careful planning and thoughtful risk-taking in the garden can yield extraordinary results. In the end, the joy comes from seeing the first blooms unfurl, the first colors brighten the garden, and the plants begin to fulfill the promise they carried when they first arrived. Spring Sizzle and Dream Cloud, with their unique characteristics and potential, are more than just plants. They're an experience, a journey, and a source of inspiration. Their story begins now, in preparation, anticipation, and careful planting, and will continue to unfold as summer progresses, rewarding those who cultivate them with months of visual delight and emotional satisfaction. The garden stands as a testament to careful selection, patience, and the quiet thrill of discovery. Each new variety, from the early pinks of Spring Sizzle to the serene whites of Dream Cloud, contributes to a landscape that is rich, dynamic, and ever-changing. For gardeners, this is not just about aesthetics, it is about the emotional connection, the joy of witnessing growth, and the satisfaction of knowing that thoughtful care can transform a simple backyard into a vibrant, living tapestry of color and life.